Evening, folks. Is that right? Welcome back to the channel and smash that like button. Right, meow. You know you're gonna have a good time. Oh, what's up, Patrick? Says evening, Nikki, and all hope you're doing well. Yeah, doing pretty good. Feeling that humidity right now, but it's alright. I'll get through it. I can't wait for the winter time when it's freezing in here. And oh, the heat is escaping because it'll be uncomfortable for me, but it will be comfortable for my equipment, and that's the important thing. I can deal with the heat, but a laptop does not understand that temperatures fluctuate. I am going to open up my show on Twitch. I don't know, maybe I hit the wrong thing. I'm not multicasting, but some folks don't have YouTube accounts, but they still want to chat along. So I've always got my Twitch chat room open. Because if you have a handle on Twitch, you have a chat room that never closes. I guess that's why my hair is looking extra fried from the humidity. That's okay. It'll be alright. Yeah, just a little bit warm this away. But it got the, is my microphone in the middle? Yeah, it's basically, now it is. Kind of warm, but it was a little bit of a odor out there that got that cleared away. So things are just a normal hot summertime over here kind of a thing. Typical summer weather, I guess. I'm never expecting the temperature to change. So when it starts to get cold in the fall, I'm like, why is it cold? What's going on? Oh, winter's coming up. And then when it starts to warm up again, it's like, oh, why is it so warm every day? Why do I got to turn the fan on? It's because the summer's coming up. I'm never expecting it anymore. It always catches me by surprise. Even though a winter is coming. Never forget that. Winter is always coming. Patrick says midnight here. My thermometer says it's 80 Fahrenheit, so quite warm. Oh, yeah, 80 is more of a daytime temperature. I would not recommend that for night. That's really not okay. Oh, what's up, Dandy? Glad you made it. I do want to say I've got super chats opened up. I've got Venmo and Buy Me a Coffee. Links for those are in the show description and the channel description. 100% of that goes to myself. You're never paying for AI content. Your money stays in the United States. You're not giving Google 30%. I'm not spending it on hookers and blow. And I read your comment at my next show. Oh, what's up, NT? Glad you made it. Oh, that's funny. I never expect the weatherman to be right. Ha ha. I found out that, like, my weather app, 50% rain means no rain. So I just started looking at the national radar for the United States, and it's more accurate. So if it says rain and it gets up to be 60-70%, then I'll break up the radar. Like, is it really? Because today, when it's been saying rain, 50% chance, it really just blows beneath us. It doesn't even come close. It's enough to make it humid up here and overcast, but not a single drop of rain. So 50% chance just means I could drive to the rain if I wanted to. I don't know, drive a half an hour or an hour south and meet up with this. It's so that's just what that means. which is fine. I really only care. I didn't care before. I really don't care. I only care because if it rains hard enough, I get a water feature in my bedroom. And if it was Minecraft, I could use it like an elevator, but it's not. So that's the only reason I am concerned about rain. If it's a light rain, fine. If it's heavy, it's a waterfalls music video. Dandy says I need rain here. Supposed to get some, but nothing yet. It's all like scooting underneath us. At least it was an hour ago. Oh, wait. Zoom in here. Yeah, like right now there's a bunch of weather, like I say, maybe about an hour south. If you feel like hopping in your car and driving about an hour or so south, it's there. But it's really, like right now, it looks like it's passed completely over us for right now. And maybe some of that'll like whip up and hit us in a few hours, but for right now, it's just all just scooting right underneath. So as long as it cleared up that got the smoke out of the air, that's really all I cared about. And everybody's saying hi to each other. And then you can watch Dark Shadows online for free right now. Link in the show description and the channel description. It's on Tubi. It is also it's on Internet Archive. This isn't in the description, but it's on Pluto TV, but they don't have all the episodes. They don't have the beginning. And what they do have ends at episode like 858 for some reason. I don't know about that. But there is a link to the audio dramas on Spotify. The first time you sign up for Spotify, it's free, so you can listen to anything uninterrupted. And then they're like, oh, well, your premium listening service has ended, so now we're going to cut in with ads. I don't listen to ads, so for the last week or so, I figured out if I completely exit out of the app and hop back in, yes, I've got to find where I was listening to last, but I don't have to hear any ads, so I found a way around that. Dandy said, I cheated and watched the next 3 episodes, getting really good now. Yeah, things are sort of like coming to a head. It's, stuff's going bad at Collinwood, stuff's going bad at the old house. Maybe Barnabas and Jason are having a good time, but nobody else is. And it's all of that's sort of been bubbling up and getting worse, and it's really starting to boil over. You can't have your bad plans going on for too long without consequences, it seems like. So to recap the last review, Patrick says it's usually pissing down rain there, but he hasn't seen any rain for nearly a month. Yeah, when we do get rain, it's just like one day it rained a little bit on and off, but we don't get, say, an hour of rain. It might downpour, but that's, like 20 minutes, half an hour at most. Seems like it just doesn't rain the way it used to. But for the recap, last time, David met a little girl, Sarah, outside of the old house. So that's that same little girl that Maggie has been seeing. And then Jason unsuccessfully tried to talk Carolyn and Buzz out of getting married, and they both laughed at him. And then Maggie told Barnabas about her new secret friend, and Barnabas just thinks she's gone crazy, and now she needs to be disposed of. Can't use her, can't fix her, she's gotta die. So Willie went down there. He told Maggie to drop the act for her own good, and Maggie just does not see the danger that she doesn't know what Barnabas's plans are, so she just thinks she's gonna crazy her way out of this and get released. Maybe she's doing whatever she can to try to stop this, and she's not getting enough to eat. It's cold down there. She doesn't have shoes, no shoes at all. Taking the dress and the shoes. What's up, Brian? Glad you made it. Says happy Saturday, everybody. I guess it's Saturday. What are these 2 notebook days? Oh, there we are. Yeah, so episode 259 aired on June 22nd, 1966. So it is day 81. Well, it's nighttime now. We're in the living room. The last thing we saw was Maggie in the cell, and she found that doll. So she thinks Sarah is real. Doesn't know her name yet, but she knows that little girl is real. But we are in the living room at Hollywood now. Liz is wearing this dress. It's got the, like, you would think it's meant to button all the way up, but it doesn't. It's made like this, where like some of it is folded down, and then it's got like that part is white, and then the rest has this medium gray buttons. Just like 3 buttons going down, long sleeves, 1 strand of pearls, pearl earrings. And as we're hearing the voiceover, we see Liz, she's on the phone, and we can't hear what she's saying, but we can tell that she's upset. She's just having some kind of heated, concerning conversation right now. Brian says he's listening, working, not lurking. That's cool. Oh, Brian's gonna borrow some of his rain over to Dandy. All right, cool. That'll work out. But she's having some concerning conversation, and she gets on with her phone call, hangs up, walks out into the foyer, and she's walking fast. It's bad news. It's something urgent, and she's yelling for Roger. But then from the kitchen door, that opens up. Victoria walks out. So Liz asks her, "Have you seen Roger?" Victoria says, "Well, he just went to Collinsport into town a few minutes ago. What is it?" Liz says, "Carolyn, I just got a call from the sheriff. She's been arrested. She almost killed a woman." They head into the living room. Brian says he already licked all the buttons. Oh, good. Thank you. That's why they're wet. So Liz says that Carolyn was driving, almost blackout drunk. And she swerved at a turn, almost hit a lady, and she wrecked the car. So the lady ran over, pulled Carolyn out right before it burst into flames. What is it with cars on this show? If they hit anything, they burst into flames, like it's The Simpsons, but we can't think about that right now. So Carolyn almost died, but she's safe. Victoria asks, was she alone? Liz, you mean was Buzz with her? No, she was on her way to meet him. Victoria asks her, well, do you want me to get her? Liz, well, the sheriff says it has to be a family member who picks her up. I'll leave a message for Roger at the club. He should be at the club. So Roger's out dancing. No, I'm sure it's some kind of gentleman's club where they, sit around drinking and talking about the news and business and things like that. But he's out. He's at the club. Victoria asks, isn't there anything I can do? Liz, yes. You can tell me what to do. I've almost had more than I can stand. Victoria, maybe this will have some kind of effect on her. Liz, the sheriff said she wasn't in the least sorry. She was rude to the lady who saved her life. How can I make this stop? I know. You're going to tell me not to marry Jace. Victoria, no. You go get her. Liz, what? Leave Collinwood? I could. Victoria, well, isn't she acting this way because she thinks you don't care about her? Liz, well, Carolyn knows I love her. Victoria, if she does, she's trying to forget. Don't let her forget. Go to her now. I used to think you would never leave Collinwood because of some secret you had locked in the basement. But we've all seen in there, and there's nothing there. I don't know what keeps you here, and I don't want to know. I just want you to help Carolyn. This says, if I could. Walks back over to the phone. She starts dialing, but then she hangs back up. She says, do you really think it would help if I went to get her? Victoria, yes, I do. Liz, will you drive me? Victoria, I will. So they start heading towards the doorway, but Liz stops. I don't think I can do it. Victoria, I know you can. So Victoria crosses and through the foyer, grabs Liz's coat off of the hook, opens up the doors like all you gotta do is walk out the door, lady. Come on. So Liz sort of hesitates, but she walks up to Victoria, puts her coat on. They head out the door. So there goes Liz's reputation for never leaving Collinwood. I don't know, Victoria. I've got a reputation to uphold. It's not about Carolyn. It's about the optics. No, she really wants to her daughter to know that she cares about her, so she really just faced. She doesn't have agoraphobia. We know she goes for walks and things like that. She just doesn't leave the property. Well, Patrick says he thinks Trump has banned rain for Britain for the next couple of weeks. Water hose ban here for the next month or so. Yeah, that's all deliberate. That's planned like that. I don't know if it's there, but over in Europe, they want people to not use their air conditioners and stuff like that. They don't have money for electricity, but they have money to give to invaders. Come on now. So now we are in the police department. Haven't been there for a while. And Carolyn, she has got one of those coffee cups, and she's just down in it. You know how it is when you've been sloppy drunk and you're trying to sober up. So she's just smashed a cup of coffee, and her right wrist is fucked up. It's all bandaged up. You know, she's not doing anything with her wrist for a while. But other than that, she's fine. Like no bumps or cuts or scrapes or nothing like that. She just really, looks like she just has a really bad sprain with her wrist. But she says, I'm bored waiting. Why can't you just lock me up for the night? Sheriff tells her, because someone is coming to get you. Oh, what's up, John? Glad you made it. Carolyn says, meaning my Uncle Roger. I'd rather be locked up. Sheriff says, well, there's an empty cell back there. Would you like that? If I didn't have more respect for Mrs. Stoddard, that's where I would have put you in the first place. Carolyn, she doesn't care where I am or what happens to me. Sheriff says, you wouldn't say that if you heard her on the phone just now. She was scared because something worse might have happened to you. Carolyn, she couldn't care less. Which way is my cell? If I'm asleep when my Uncle Roger comes, tell him to come back after breakfast. So they both take off. Patrick says, most of us in Europe here don't have air conditioning. That's cool. You guys have windows. I wish we had windows like this here. I don't know if they have them everywhere, but I saw them on Still Game. Instead of just like pushing the window straight up, and so half of the hole in the wall is still covered up, there's kind of slant so that you're getting like the hot air can go up the top and the cool air can blow in at the bottom. I wish we had windows like that so bad. That makes so much sense. I was watching the still game. It's supposed to be a comedy. I'm looking at the windows like, what? Why don't we have that? So later on, we see Liz walking into the police department, and nobody's in the room right now. She's just kind of looking around. I don't know if she's ever been in a police station, and if she has, it's been over 18 years. So she's just looking around at stuff. We've seen it before, it's nothing to us. Patrick, are the windows open fully? Like, why can't it just like completely slide like into the wall so you get all that space for air to come in, or completely go up into the ceiling, like the wall up there, so you can get the full benefit. I don't need to see out there. I just need the air to move. I've got a TV. I'm gonna watch that. So it makes absolutely no sense. But after Liz is there for a couple of minutes, couple of seconds, really, the sheriff walks in, and he's surprised to see her. Like, oh, I didn't expect to see you. Um, well, Carolyn's resting. I'll go get her. So he leaves. So Liz looks around a little bit more, just still checking out the room. Then Carolyn walks in, and she's stopped. She's surprised to see her mom there too. She says, I can't believe it. Liz, well, I couldn't let you stay here all night. I was worried about you. We can talk when we get home. Carolyn, why did you leave Collinwood tonight after 18 years? I've been in trouble before. Why is this so different? Oh, at Patrick's, they open like doors. Ah, that'd be even better. That's fun. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Like Liz's worry window when she let the air in. I like that better. That's probably easier to design, to just throw some hinges on there. See, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. There's no reason why windows can't do that. So Liz tells Carolyn, well, she left tonight because I wanted you to know how much I care about you. Doesn't this prove it? It wasn't easy. Carolyn, you never left before because of my father. But now you can because he doesn't mean anything to you anymore. You can forget all about him now that you're getting married again. My father doesn't mean anything to you, and neither do I. She yells for the sheriff, and she says, I want to go back to my cell. I'm not going with her. My mother wanted to show me she was worried about me. Sorry, Mother, it didn't work. So she gets taken back to her cell. She really does flip out on Liz there. I was like, damn. So, I mean, Liz isn't taking her daughter home, so she leaves too. There's a calendar on the wall, and the month begins with a Friday if somebody wants to work out what that's supposed to be. But now we're back in the living room, and Liz is there. She's saying, like, well, she wouldn't believe I had done it for her. I have never seen her more unhappy. Telling this to Jason. Jason says, well, until Carolyn calms down, there's nothing you or anyone can do. Liz, there's always one thing I can do. Jason, yes, but we both agreed that's the one thing you can't do. Liz, I've got to tell the truth or I'll go mad. Jason, get a hold of yourself. You've told me the one thing you can't do for Carolyn, so I'll tell you the one thing you can do for her. Wash your hands of her. Liz, never. She's my daughter. Jason, once we're married. Liz, that will only make it worse. Jason, why keep torturing yourself like this? Let her go on her own. Liz, stop caring for Carolyn. You don't realize what you're saying. If I took your advice, I'd be free of you. If I didn't care for Carolyn, it would be easier. It would be easy to tell her the truth. Jason, then there would still be the matter of the police. Liz, you think that's what I'm afraid of? It's because of Carolyn. I can't stop loving her. I want to scream the truth, but I can't. Like, Liz would rather sit in prison up until the last day of her life or marry Jason than have to break her daughter's heart like that. So, like, I get it. I really do, but she's really putting herself through it. Oh, God, this next part is so hard. So the next thing we see is the hallway upstairs. Like, David's room is off to the side. Victoria's room is across the hall. So we're in the hallway there. This is so hard to listen to it. And we just hear weeping. Somebody is just bawling, boo-hooing, crying their eyes out. And after about a second, you realize it must be Liz. And it's so hard to hear her. It's bad enough to see her sad, but now she's just breaking down crying. It fucking breaks my heart, man. It's so hard. I had to go through. Oh, I was writing so fast, like, I don't want to hear this again. I don't want to hear this again. But she's just crying, and it's just that loud that you can hear it from the hallway. Then we're in Liz's bedroom, and she's just bawling her eyes out. But there's a knock on the door, and we hear Victoria. Just, are you all right? Please let me come in. So Liz, dries her eyes, and she's got this striped nightgown on. It's really cute. It's so hard to see her crying. It's bad enough to hear this. Like, we know she's going through it, but I think through all of this, she's held it together, and I really think this is just the end, not the end, like of her life, but she's just at her limit. She's just has to cry about it. It's just that hopeless. Oh, poor Liz. But Victoria comes in. She says, I heard you crying from my room. I'm sorry I made you leave Collinwood. Liz, why won't Carolyn believe me? Victoria, look, she doesn't want to. She isn't done punishing you. Liz, she's punishing herself too. Victoria, forgive me if I don't feel too sorry for Carolyn. She almost killed someone tonight. Liz, killed someone. Didn't Carolyn try to stop me from announcing my marriage? And didn't I go through with it anyway? She tried to help me, and I wouldn't let her. Victoria, every time the subject's mentioned, you say you want to marry him. If I say he has some hold over you, you'll deny it. Liz, yes, I have to. Victoria, then he does have some hold over you. Liz, no. Victoria, you just admitted it. It can't be anything that bad. Liz, don't. Go away. Leave me alone. Don't make me tell you, please. Victoria, whatever it is, it can't be as bad as giving in to Jason McGuire. Liz, it is. It's worse. I killed him. Paul Stoddard. I killed him. And she sits down. She just cries some more. I don't think Liz has never told that to anybody before. Like, Jason already knows it. She doesn't have to tell him. Like, she's never admitted this to anyone before. And just seeing Carolyn like this and her and not believing her, and she had to tell somebody. Now Victoria knows. Still doesn't explain why she doesn't leave Collinwood, but that's murder's a definitely a big deal. It's up there. Oh, what's up, Lisa Gray? Glad you made it. Is it now? Oddly enough, Lisa gets warmer weather up in Alaska than we get down here. So is it like 96 up there with 40-mile-an-hour winds? It's always windy too. It's always super windy. Patrick, England beat France 6-4 in third place. Playoff in Miami. Oh no, now they're gonna go run it all the Florida men. That'll be fun. I can't wait for the memes. So episode 260 aired on June 23rd, 1967. It's the next day, day 82. It's the afternoon. The first thing we see is we're in the cell, and Maggie is just looking at that doll that she found the last time. That's all there really is to do. Again, she doesn't have any books in there. There's just that music box that she doesn't like. And sometimes Willie brings down food that she doesn't eat. Lisa Gray says, balmy 54 and pouring buckets of rain. Ugh. You can take, I'll take like about 20 degrees of that weather from you. Because it's just in the, about the low 90s up here. You can keep the rain, but, ugh. So Maggie's just hanging up there looking at that doll. Then it's a perspective from, we're on the porch and we're looking inside the bay windows because Willie is there working. He's got another new shirt on. Barnabas must have paid him pretty well. He's bought another bunch of new shirts. But this one it's not white, it's just a little bit off white, button down shirt. But he's there in the window, so we're looking inside as if we're David Collins or something like that. And he's got a hammer. He's just hammering away on the frame of the window there. And he's just working away, minding his own business. But then we hear the clock tower in town chime off, and so he stops his hammering, and it chimes 3 times. And then we get Willie's voiceover. He says 3 o'clock. That means she only has 2 hours, 3 at most to live. So he steps away from the window. Then out loud, he says, I gotta do something. I can't let her die. Looks up at that picture of Barnabas. He says, Barnabas, it's you who should die. Then we'd be free, both of us. I should take this hammer and go downstairs and kill you. That's what I should do. So he turns around, takes about 3 or 4 steps, and he stops. His voiceover picks up again. It says, where he says, what if he didn't die? He'd come after me, and I can't begin to imagine what he'd do. I can't do anything. He has too much power. I wish I could help her, but I can't. He says it again out loud. He says, I can't. And we hear him drop the hammer on the ground. I mean, you can try, Willie. Like, do what I said in my last review. To just beat his skull in with the hammer. I'm really struggling to think of a time when a vampire lived through that with a completely smashed in skull. But I do know it's he doesn't know about that. Patrick even Nick even has props now. LOL. I've got the hammer. I've got this. I don't have candles to hold up for when Barnabas is looking outside of the window, but like I got a tea light, but somehow that's just not as sexy as having a taper candle in a candle holder. Oh, Lisa Gray says, hopefully I will have a reprieve with the rain. Going to get a quart of unripened blueberries to make a green blueberry pie. Oh, blueberries are the best. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot you get that flooding there too. Yeah, you've had enough rain. Actually, I'll send some over to Patrick. He was saying they haven't gotten rain for a minute. I just don't have any like wood to like hit on to do the sound effects, but just like working. So now we're back down in the cell, and Maggie, she's just lying on her stomach, just here's somebody coming. She doesn't care. She's just hanging out. But Willie comes in. He's got a tray with some food on it. It's got a bowl with a spoon in it, and then this glass of milk. Dandy, LOL, a smashed head would certainly create a lot of questions if it didn't kill him. Yeah, he really can't, like, show up to Collinwood. He's just got his hat completely. Why don't you take off your hat, Barnabas? No, no, I'll keep it on. No, 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 thank you, no. I'll keep it on. Thank you. This is my thing now. I wear hats. It's honestly, because vampires seem to heal really quickly. Like it doesn't matter how much you smash his head in, he's probably gonna heal quickly enough to be okay in a few days. Can you decapitate a vampire and kill it that way? I don't know. We're not gonna like Willie's down there with the hacksaw. Oh my god, I got the buzzsaw going. Hank Hill wouldn't have put up with this shit. But anyway, Willie's there with he's got the tray of food. He tells Maggie, I brought you your food, and sets it down on that. Again, there's that crate on its side that's sort of an end table at the head of the bed. But Maggie's just hanging out. She doesn't look up. She doesn't care. Can't really tell what the food is. But Maggie's not looking at him or nothing like that. So Willie says, "Well, can't you hear me? It's Willie." So Maggie, pushes herself up on her elbows. She got that doll there she's looking at. Willie, you all right? Maggie, I think so. Willie, what's that you're holding? Maggie, my doll. I found it. Willie, found it in here? What would a doll be doing in here? Let me see. Maggie's like, no, and she backs up. She gets up. She's got her back up against the wall there, sitting on the bed. Willie's like, hey, okay, take it easy. I brought you some food. So Maggie's got that doll in front of her. She's often just looking down at it. She says, I'm not hungry. Willie looks down at the tray, says, well, at least drink this. He picks up the glass of milk. He kind of hesitates, but he picks it up and just sort of hands it back to her. Maggie, what is it? Willie, milk. Maggie, I don't want any. Willie, drink it, it'll do you good. Maggie takes the glass, and then she's getting it close to her mouth. Willie says, "No!" Maggie's, "What's the matter?" So Willie takes that glass back from her. He says, "Don't drink it." Maggie, "Why not?" So Willie sits down. He says it's poisoned. Sets it back down on the tray. "Holy shit, dude! You were gonna poison her?" Willie sets it down and he says, "I wanted your death to be easy. Barnabas is planning to kill you. I don't want you to die the way he'll do it. That's why I brought you the milk." Maggie says, "Death? No!" Willie, "Listen, he'll be here in a few hours. You can decide how you want to die. I'll leave it up to you." So he stands up. He walks to the door, but he stops. Maggie says, "Die? Please don't let me die." Willie, "There's nothing I can do." So Maggie gets up. She goes over to Willie. She puts her hand on his shoulder. She says, "There is. You can let me escape." Willie, "You know I can't. He'd come after me. He'd kill me. Or worse." Maggie, "You can pretend you don't know anything about it. You can escape with me, Willie. Willie, please don't let me die." Willie says, "There's nothing I can do for you." So he leaves, open it. Whenever he's leaving, he's pulling the door shut. Meg is trying to pull on it to keep it open, but, he's stronger than her, so it's just for nothing. She's just hanging on the door while it's getting pulled shut. She says, "Willie, please don't do this. Willie, please." But he's gone. He locks up the door. He can't even look her in the face, and he just takes off. So Maggie turns back around. She looks at that milk sitting there on that tray, and holding on to that doll still, and she just sinks down onto the floor. "Oh, what's up, Arden? Glad you made it. I saw you come in. How's it going? How's Wally?" Got to, this thing wants to update. I'm going to tell it to wait for a week. Timing. I'm working right now. There you go. Well, we can see the tray again with that food on it. It's like, what is this food? It's either mashed potatoes and gravy, or it's melted vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup. It's it's not, to their credit. Every time they bring her down food, it's something different. It's either that beef stew looking stuff or an actual bowl of milk, like she's a cat. Could be. I will say, canonically, there is a character who is a cat. Is it Josette? We'll find out. Sorry, that just got to me. That would be a nice final meal, to have some ice cream after all this time of getting food. I'd be suspicious if you're bringing me treats and milk in a glass, but no ice cream for breakfast? Come on, Willie. But it's later on. Maggie hears a flute is playing London Bridge. So and it's not just the score. Maggie can hear this, so it gets her attention, and she looks over, and Sarah is standing there. She's holding onto a recorder as if she was playing that tune. It's a recorder, not a flute. But that's it. It's okay. We don't. It doesn't really break your immersion too much. Did they do this for you guys? I forget what grade it is, but at one point everybody gets a recorder to learn how to play. Were they doing that back in the 60s? Were they doing that back in the 17 or 1800s whenever Sarah's from? Could she play the flute before? Or did she learn how to after she died? Like, can you have no musical talent at all and suddenly you die and you can and you're a pianist? Dude, ain't this some shit? I couldn't play the violin before, but since I died, I'm great at this. I could sit first chair. Or St. Patrick. We're well, have a lovely baby granddaughter, so haven't been in the chat as much. Yeah. The baby's going to be a little bit of a. I don't want to say a handful, but until they learn how to type and can go to the chat room themselves, it's kind of, you gotta have to kind of split your attention. Baby's first podcast. Um, Dan Sarah's a little annoying. I mean, she means well. She's a little kid. I think David is a little bit more annoying, but maybe that's because we know he's killed something before. I get the impression that Sarah didn't have a lot of other little kids around her in her day, so her she has a little bit of a smaller scope on the world than say David, who knows better. Sarah's got, if I didn't describe her before, like she's got freckles, she's got really long hair, this really long, maybe medium brown colored hair. But you know what? Maggie looks up, there's Sarah there with that recorder. And she asked her, well, why are you crying? Only babies cry. Maggie says, are you real? Or am I just imagining you? Sarah, you found my doll. Do you like it? I'll let you keep it if you do, but you've got to promise to give it back. Maggie says, little girl, come here. And she touches her arm. You are real. I'm not just imagining you. I don't know who you are or why you're here, but you must tell someone I'm locked in here. You must tell my father. His name is Sam Evans. I'll tell you how you can find him. If I stay here, I'll die. Sarah, you mustn't die. Maggie, then please say you'll help me. Tell me how to get out of here. Sarah, I'm not supposed to tell anyone. If I do, I'll be punished. My father said I couldn't tell anyone, not even my brother. I wasn't supposed to know about it, but I found out. Maggie, is there anything you can tell me? Sarah, I know a riddle. It tells the way to get out of here. I personally started thinking of the rhyme from the Nightmare on Elm Street, which I oddly still remember to this day, but it's not this. But it goes 1, 2, away they flew. 3, 4, by the door. 5, 6, count the bricks. 7, 8, the clue is great. 9, 10, home again. Maggie's like, 1, 2. Can you say it again? Sarah, I can only say it once. So Maggie stands up. She's just trying to remember what Sarah just said, and it's not really coming to her. So she turns around, but Sarah's gone. Like, you should have told me before you said it. You can only say it one time, and I would have paid closer. But it's too late now. Dandy says, I'm guessing Barnabas is her brother, maybe. Because all we have, okay, we're in a house. Willie's there, Barnabas is there. Nobody has spoken about having siblings before, but since it's Barnabas's house, I'm guessing I'm leaning more towards that's Barnabas's relation than Willie's. I doubt they're gonna drop some third mystery guy on us. Like, have you been seeing a little girl named Sarah? Like, what? No, what? So now we are at the Evans cottage, and Sam's there. He's just, painting away, minding his own business, just, focused on his work. We can't see what it is, of course, but it's good to see Sam back to work, despite what's going on. But then we hear Sarah saying hello. Sam looks up. There's Sarah standing there. He says, well, where did you come from? Sarah, outside. Great answer. Sam, oh, I thought I locked the door. He is so completely chill about this girl appearing in his house, and he's sure he locked the front door. He's not alarmed at all. I mean, like, no, she doesn't have any weapons or anything. She's just a little girl. But he's as chill about her being there as if he was just in the park painting, and a little kid came up and asked him about what he was doing, just like completely anybody could walk in. He's totally cool with it. He's not put off by it at all. Not me. I'd be wondering, like, how'd you learn how to pick locks? But he's not suspicious like that. He's just totally cool with it. But he asks her, you looking for something? Sarah, I'm looking for a man named Sam Evans. Sam says, well, I'm Sam Evans. What can I do for you? Sarah looks around at all the paintings there. She says, did you paint all of these pictures? Sam, yes, I did. Sarah, they're very pretty. Will you paint a picture of me? A man painted a picture of me a long time ago. Sam, would you settle for a drawing? Sarah, will you give it to me when it's finished? Please say you will. Sam, all right. If you promise not to tell the neighborhood kids. Arden saying to Patrick that they've been West Ham fans, but now since they are relegated, we also have to be Coventry City fans, 2 times the soccer. And Wally lived in Coventry for years after London, so West Ham first, then Coventry. Does he still have like sort of a low-key English accent like James Horner, or does he sound American? Brian says, yep, I got one. Kill the vamp with the hammer and wooden stake through the heart. Like, smash his head so he can't, like, see you coming. And then once his brain is all collapsed and stuff, then you stake him in the heart. Gotcha. Okay. That's what Maggie should have been thinking about. Like, Willie, you get a hammer, and once you knock him the fuck out, I'm gonna stake him. Ready? Go. Okay. Lisa Gray, that'd work. Save those silver bullets. They're pricey at this point. Oh, funny you bring that up. They melt down Barnabas's silverware to make bullets to. I don't know if this will work, but it's gonna piss him off. Just stab. If it doesn't work, he'll be just as mad as if we didn't use a silver candlestick. So who the hell cares? And for a dime, in for a dollar. Arden American now sounded English for a few months when he came back to the U.S. Ooh, how posh. Does he spell things correctly, like not with a U? Dandy says, do a Three Stooges, poke his eyes when he's... Do like people do with their cats when they're asleep and just set a bunch of toys on him when he's sleeping, so when he gets up and sits up, all that stuff just falls into his lap. Like, set your keys on him. Do it. Get a bell. Get a glass, so when he sits up, it breaks. Start stacking plates. Do like the card pyramid, so when he sits up, he's got to do 52 pickup. Every night, Willie. Damn it. This fucking guy. So Sarah's cool with the pictures. So Sam takes the stool that he's just got there. There's usually a stool there. He sets it in front of the couch, picks Sarah up, sets her on it. He's got his, sketch pad. So he's just, all artists do. They gotta, talk to you and shoot the breeze while he's working. So we can't see what he's drawing, but he's just working away. Sarah's in front there. Says, so what's your name? Sarah. Sam. From around here? I don't recall seeing you before. Sarah. I went away for a long time. Then I came back. Sam. Oh, that's a pretty dress. Do you always dress that way? Sarah's like, well, you don't like my dress? Sam. It's a little unusual. I guess I'm not used to little girls that dress that way. Sarah. I don't play with other little girls, so I don't care what their dresses are like. Sam. I see. Sarah. Do you have a little girl? Sam. I did, but Maggie was a big girl. She's much older than you. Sarah. Where is she now? Sam. She's gone. Sarah. Where did she go? Sam. I don't know. Sarah. You look sad. Do you miss her? Sam. Very much. Oh, what's up, Pam? Glad you made it. How is everyone? I like your purple hat. Thank you. I love this hat. Beats the alternative of not wearing it. I like when Pam showed up because she told the story about Rogers actor Louis Edmonds not wearing his pants. She'll fit in fine around here. Barnabas loves Sarah so much. Yeah. Well, we're thinking Sarah is Barnabas's sister, as opposed to Willie's. But Sarah asks Sam, "Did you look for her on the beach?" Sam, "Yes, I've looked for her everywhere I can look." Sarah, "Did you look down on the beach below Widow's Hill?" Sam, "No, because I know I won't find her there." Sarah, "You might if you go there tonight." So Sam, stop sketching. Why do you say that? Sarah, "I want you to find her. Don't you want to find her?" Sam, "More than anything else in the world. But I know I won't find her there." Sarah, "I bet you would." "Aren't you going to finish my drawing?" So Sam, yeah, just a second. So he's got his pad there. He turns to the side like he's finishing something up. And then, again, we can't see what he's drawing. But then he turns back to Sarah because he just finished. and she's just gone. Just the stool sitting there. Pam, purple is a beautiful color of spirituality, creativity, royalty, and transformation. Oh, cool, yeah. It's my favorite color, but I also use it for religious purposes, reasons. Drink. All right, so we're back. This is the way this is shot. It's like two scenes happening, and we jump back and forth a lot. But the first thing we see, it must not be like the sun is setting, but it's not nighttime yet because we see Barnabas lying in his coffin, but the lid is up. Like, is it hot down there in the basement? You don't want to wake up all sweaty. Vampires don't sweat, but okay, the lid is up. Maybe he was just that sleepy last night. He forgot to, like when you kick the covers off of yourself, but this time he pushed the lid open. Okay, so he's lying there. He's still asleep because it's still daytime. Oh, okay, fine. He's just lying there. So then we're in the cell with Maggie, and she's trying to remember that riddle. We're getting her voice over. And she's looking around the room as she's thinking this. She's like 3, 4 near the door. What's near the door? 5, 6 sticks? No. Count the bricks. From where? 7, 8. What rhymes with 8? Great. The clue is big, large. That doesn't make any sense. Pam, at least Dark Shadows is come back again. I met Mr. Frid when I came home from Desert Storm and was wounded. Oh, I did not know Dark Shadows came back and heard its theme. Wow. I just read online somebody found the show because they watched one of those revival miniseries from maybe 1991. And then it ended, and they're like, WTF. And then their mom's like, oh, well, there's more of it. It's from an original show I watched when I was a kid. So they're like, oh my God, I need more. So that's how they got into the original show. Danny, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Notes in my head. Yeah. I thought about singing it, but because I got to that part, she's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just steady think of the Freddy song. Oh, it's raining. Let me check my waterfall. Just a second. I've just got a plastic bag under the windows. Oh well, if it gets wet, it gets wet. Uh, Brian, a 10-minute wait for Millennium Force on a Saturday night. Dude, that's not bad at all. That's better than the hour and 45 minutes I waited the year it came out, or the year it opened. I don't know, man. What's scary? Freddy Krueger or Barnabas Collins? Because if you want to get away from Freddy, all you have to do is wake up. If you want to get away from Barnabas, and it's nighttime, and it's wintertime, I don't know. Well, now it must be nighttime because we see Barnabas. He's just lying there, but he opens his eyes. Now we're back in the cell with Maggie, and it's her voiceover again. She's maybe great means great. So out loud she says, like the grating, like not GREAT, but GRATE. Like, oh, great means great. Oh, okay, the grating. Okay, okay, because there's like the bed against the wall. There's that brick wall there, and then like way up top, we can't always see it, but there's just some grating up there. Why would that need to be ventilated? But that's up there. Okay, so she figured that out. Then she says, out loud, she's like 3, 4 near the door. Door's on the other side of the room, though. She says 5, 6. Count the bricks. There must be something behind the bricks. Count the bricks. 6 bricks down from the grating. Oh, what's up, Beach Champ? Glad you made it. Pam says call Jim Pearson. He encouraged her to go to Dark Shadows Festival in 1991. He arranged for Mr. Frid to sit at our table, and he talked to me, veteran to veteran, and gave me healing advice. Oh, that's so good of him. That's really good of him. Wow. That is so cool. He was Canadian Navy. And you help out at the Dark Shadows Festivals as a volunteer. Are you going to the one at the end of this month? That is so cool. Pam, no, Barnabas is a hero, human, and as a reluctant vampire. Yeah, that's true. Nobody wants to be a vampire. And it seems like whenever they do want to be a vampire, something bad happens to them. I'd be good at this. Yeah, whatever. You'd be good food. Nom, nom, nom. So now Barnabas is. Now he sits up. This is very. Like, first we just see him asleep, then we see him open his eyes, now we see him sitting up. So we're back in the cell, and there's Maggie. She's like, there are dozens of bricks. Which one? So she hears a noise. She starts just like pressing every single brick like they're buttons. She's just putting her hands on every one. So we see Barnabas again. He's up. We never see Barnabas like getting out of his coffin, like scooting and getting his feet on the ground. He's either lying in it or he's standing up. It's not scary to scooch. So he's standing up now, and we see him. We haven't seen this before. He's walking. Like the basement must be bigger than we thought. Now I'm stuttering. There's like these stone arches. He walks under one. A little ways there's another stone arch. Walks a little bit farther. There's 4 of them. So it's the wherever the cell is. It's very far away. But he's just taking his stroll. He's not in any kind of rush to head that way. He said he was going to kill Maggie that night. He didn't say as soon as he got up, but that's where he's going. Then we see him, he's walking down some stairs and under another archway and heads off sort of around the wall there. So it seems like wherever Maggie is, she could be down there screaming for help and you wouldn't hear her, say, at the front door. But we're back in the cell, and Maggie's looking at, again, there's that wall that the cot is up against. And right along the edge of the wall, she's counted down 6 bricks, and one of them is loose, but it's not budging. It's just, but she knows, she thinks that's the right one, so she's trying to push it, move it, do something with it. But she hears footsteps approaching, so she's pressing on that brick some more, and it finally goes in like it's a huge button, and that whole door, that whole wall opens up. It's a door. A big door. So fucking time. But, she doesn't talk that way. It opens up, and then we can see like the cameras inside there looking out into the rest of the cell. So we got a whole bunch of cobwebs hanging down, just this dark secret passage. So she gets up there and she crawls through again. She's got Sarah's doll with her. She crawls through it. It immediately makes a hard turn to the right. And as soon as she gets through it, there's Barnabas at the door. Oh, beach chap is cold and shivery. Dude, I'll trade you. I wish it was cold. Pam says, I helped at the festivals, you bet. Oh, cool. Lots to promote the new DSAI animation. Yeah, you told us about that. Danny, that was a trip, lol. To find out that she could have gotten, not could have gotten out at any time, but like this whole wall almost is a way out. And Barnabas was on his way. Fuck, dude. I just let me go, girl. Like, run as fast as you can. Get out. We don't know where it leads, but it's a way out. So, book it. But like no sooner does she crawl away, Barnabas is at the door. He's walking inside. There's really no place she could be hiding. So, Barnabas is just, Maggie? Maggie? She's nowhere around, but that door, that wall is still hanging open. She didn't close it after herself. But we're back with Maggie. She's walking through, like, past these stone archways, past some brick walls, goes up some stairs. We haven't seen any of this before. So we're back in the cell. Barnabas is there, and he gets up. He goes through this passage as well, and rather than crawling, it seems like it's tall enough where, like, he's standing, but he's like bent over at the waist. So you really gotta punch down or crawl to get through there. He's not gonna get his pants dirty, so that's how he's just punched over, walking through there. Danny, yeah, she should have closed it behind her. Like, she wasn't thinking about that. She just wanted to go because she could literally hear the footsteps coming up. So I'm sure she got a few feet away and thought, like, fuck, I should have. I can't. I just gotta. Which way do I go? And as soon as we see Barnabas go through the door, we see somebody walking outside of the cell. Like it must be one of the crew members, but it's weird to see, like, who else is there down there walking? But it's one of those cute little flubs. Like, you don't see the red light on the camera guy. But then we're with Maggie again. She's going through these different passageways. She doesn't know where to go. She's never seen this before. She's holding onto the doll. And wherever we see Maggie go, we jump to Barnabas. And, like, she's rushing through, and we see him calmly walking through the same area. And he probably knows how to open the door. Like, he did not even know that secret passageway was there. Sarah knew, but she was told by her father not to even tell her brother, and she found out somehow. So then Maggie is now in an area where there are these two giant doors. She tries to open one, doesn't budge. Tries to open the second one, that one doesn't budge. So then we're with Barnabas again, and he just stops. It's like, Maggie Evans, I can hear you. I know you're very close. You won't escape. You can never escape. And we see those archways for the credits. You can run, but you can't hide. I probably would have slowed him down. How fucked up would have that been? Barnabas walks in, the wall is still a wall, but Maggie's gone. Like, that would have really had him scratching his fucking head. Oh my god. Looking underneath the bed. That's cute. He would have probably went right up to found Willie, like, you let her go, didn't you? You let Maggie Evans escape. No, Barnabas, no, I swear. I haven't seen her tonight. Don't lie to me, Willie. Smack, smack with the cane. Yeah, Willie would have just gotten, he would have got, like Dandy, Willie would have gotten blamed for it. He would have gotten beaten with the cane. Like, I don't know where Maggie is, Barnabas, I swear. So episode 261 aired on June 26, 1967. We are on disc 30. It's still day 82. It's nighttime. We sort of pick up where we left off. Well, we see a little bit of what we saw before, like Maggie, finding the brick, going through the wall, sneaking through. And then we see her, like we see where she ended up last time. There's this room with like these two giant doors. Neither one of them budges. Pam says, Barnabas has PTSD from being in a coffin for 175 years. I hope he wasn't claustrophobic, because having something that close to you, like, that would have freaked me out. So I hope he was cool with teeny tiny spaces, because that's you have to sleep there. Like, you got out, asterisk, you still have to sleep in the same spot. Yeah, so Willie would have gotten his ass beaten if Barnabas just walked in and she wasn't there. What did I tell you, Willie? So Maggie's stuck. She doesn't know where to go, what to do, but she has shoes now. I went back and looked. She had no shoes before. She has shoes now. So I don't know where she found them down there in those dark passages, but she has shoes now. And she hears that flute playing London Bridge, and one of those doors just opens up. So that's where she goes. And as she's trying to find her way out of here, anytime she comes to like a fork in the road, or doors to make for decisions, that flute plays, so she follows the music to find the way out. And eventually she comes to, there's she looks over this way, there's some stairs and a light shining down from above, so she goes out that way. And again, we're seeing Barnabas. Anytime Maggie goes through a space, we see Barnabas strolling through. He's at one point, when he gets to those double doors, he goes through the door that she did not go through, as if she's gonna smash that open with her shoulder in her state. But like, at one point, he goes in the wrong direction, so that's good for her. Maybe this girl, weakened from, fright and not eating enough, was able to open this door that I, a vampire, can. So he goes that way. And, sometimes he stops and yells, Maggie Evans, like she's going to answer him back. But then we see the beach. We're on the beach that's below Widow's Hill. Again, it's nighttime. Maggie's dress is tore the fuck up. But, like, the sleeve is ripped. All kind of messed up. Like, she got kind of, like, dirty on the way through. But she finally is out there. Looks up at the moon. Clear night. Like, she's free. But she's exhausted. So there's a sort of flat-ish rock there on the beach. She lies down on that, again, holding on to Sarah's doll. And she's just catching her breath. She's exhausted, can't even keep her eyes open. Breathing air for the first time. Fresh air for the first time in days. But a couple seconds later, there's Barnabas walking up. We could see his feet. We could see his cane. And he stands over her. He says, "Did you really think you could escape me?" Now we're in the woods, and it's Sam, and he's got a flashlight, and he's just looking around. We know he's on his way to the beach, but he's just looking around a bit. So we're back at the beach. Barnabas says, "I told you you could never escape." Reaches down, he grabs her arm like he's gonna pull her up with one arm. He's like, "Come." I said, "Come." And Maggie just screams, lets out this horrible, terrible scream. So we're back with Sam, and he hears that. He says, "Who's down there?" So at the beach, they can hear Sam hollering, and Sam, "Who is it? What's going on?" Barnabas pulls on Maggie's arm again. She's not getting up. She's holding on to that doll. He's yanking on her arm. She's not trying to get up for it. She's tired anyway. Dude, she's resting. But Sam's hollering what's going on down there. His voice is getting closer. Or Barnabas can't get Maggie up, so he just slinks off. He ducks behind this rock that's taller than he is, so he's out of sight completely. So then we hear Sam walking up, like, "You all right? Why don't you answer?" So he gets closer. He's shining that flashlight. Sees somebody lying there. He's like, "Is it Maggie? It is you!" And he picks her up and he hugs her. Says, "I found you. You're alive. Open your eyes." She opens her eyes a bit, but she kind of reacts to seeing somebody like she's scared. He says, "You're going to be all right. Don't be afraid. Don't you recognize me? Can't you see me? Can't you hear me? Maggie, why can't you say anything?" And then we see Barnabas. He's watching from behind that rock. Just can't do anything about that. Oh, hot damn. Pam says Dark Shadow's 60th anniversary celebration is pleased to announce that Kathy Curtis, the daughter of Dark Shadow's creator Dan Curtis, will be attending to discuss her father and his work. Whoa. Pam says, good rumors the DSAI animation picks up on the last episode of Barnabas and Julia in 1971. And Kathy Curtis and Tracy Curtis are executive producers on the new adult animated Dark Shadow series from Warner Brothers Animation. That's the one I had to look up. Yeah, that's something that's gonna happen. We talked about that before. So now we're at the Collinsport Hospital. And Maggie is, you know what the hospital room is. Maggie's lying there. She's got she's cleaned up now, all that. Her hair is not, she doesn't have the Josette hair anymore. But she's asleep. And Sam is there with Dr. Woodard. Sam's asking, well, how long is she going to be this way? Dr. Woodard said, well, it could be minutes or hours. Sam, even days. Just then Joe walks in. Dr. Woodard said, I thought you weren't going to tell anyone you brought her here. Sam says, what? I thought he'd like to know. So Joe just touches Maggie's arm really lightly and she flinches at it. Sam says she always jumps when anyone touches her. Why? Dr. Woodard says, well, probably because someone or something scared her so badly that an unexpected touch brings it all back. Sam says, who would want to do this to her? Dr. Woodard, only Maggie can tell us that. What were you doing at Widow's Hill? Sam, oh, I was there because of a little girl. She appeared in my living room this afternoon. I looked up from painting and there she was. She just walked in the front door. She asked me to draw her and I mentioned Maggie. She said I might find her on that beach. Dr. Woodard, do you know where she lives? Sam, I never saw her before. She ran off before I finished the sketch. Dr. Woodard, what did she look like? Sam, a nice looking kid, about 10 or 11. Said her name's Sarah. So Maggie hears that. She kind of starts to wake up. Then she sees her dad there. She says, Papa? Sam says, you haven't called me that in a long time. Maggie, Papa, I want my doll. Dr. Woodard picks it up, hands it to Sam. He gives it to Maggie. She says, when are we going to the fair? You promised. We're going, aren't we? Sam says, I promised to take her to the fair once, and then something came up, but that was a long time ago. She wasn't even 10 years old. Joe says, let me try. Says, hello, Maggie. Maggie says, who are you? Joe, don't you recognize me? It's Joe. Maggie, Joe? I don't know you. Are we friends? Joe, we're very good friends. Maggie lets Joe hold her doll because she only lets her friends hold it, and she's very pretty, isn't she? Joe's very pretty. Maggie asks for it back. He hands it back to her, and Dr. Woodard's like, well, let me talk to you guys outside here, outside the room. Pam, yeah, I was saying that at my update video. Don't eat any lettuce; it will make you sick. They're pulling it off of groceries in 21 states. Yeah, food poisoning from lettuce is commonly caused by Indians. Yeah, no lettuce. I heard one of the businesses that supplies Taco Bell got hit with it. It's so bad that you have to go to the hospital if you get sick, and I don't go to the hospital, so it just don't like stay away from veggies for a hot minute. So they're outside the room. It's the next day. It's day 83 because the clock says 12:30 a.m. Sam asks him, "Well, what's wrong?" She's behaving like she's 10 years old. Dr. Woodard, she's trying to block out something so terrifying she can't cope with it. So she's retrogressing into her past where she feels safe. Sam, she will pull out of it, won't she? Dr. Woodard, I think she will, in time. As she begins to feel more secure, the present will feel more real to her. Sam, well, we've got to get her to a psychiatrist. Dr. Woodard, I'm more concerned about her safety than her mental state. Whoever kidnapped her may try again. I think we should let it be known that Maggie is dead. Everyone in Collinsport will think she died, including the kidnapper. That's the only way we can keep her completely safe. So, Joe, how can you keep her in the hospital without everyone knowing? I mean, everyone who works here will know. Dr. Woodard, I'm not planning to keep her here. My plan is to send her to a nursing home 100 miles north of here, run by Dr. Julia Hoffman, the doctor who was going to look at her blood sample. She's already interested in the case, and I think she can be convinced to cooperate. We'll say there was a private funeral, only you and Joe attended, so we three and Dr. Hoffman must be the only people who know Maggie is alive. He really thought about this, damn. Let's tell everybody she's dead. Go, a ray of sunshine. So they agree. What else can they do? Oh, okay, we'll go along with it. It'll be effed up, but sure, we'll do it. How many other deaths have you faked, doctor? Okay, we don't have time for that. So they go back into Maggie's room. Maggie's just lying in bed. She's awake looking at her doll. So Sam and Joe walk in and oh my god, thank you. I got a super chat. It's gonna load. Take your time. I'll open up the email. Oh, from Dandy, thank you. It says, thanks for the fun and introducing me to Dark Shadows again. Oh my god, yeah, you're welcome. It's really good. It's not just the vampire show. Sometimes there's pens and cats and hot guys that get beaten with canes occasionally. And other stuff. Thank you. That helps out. So Maggie's chilling out with her doll. Sam says, "Hey, Maggie, I want to tell you something. You're gonna take a little trip, someplace nice. You'll like it." Maggie says, "Are you gonna be going along?" Sam, "There will be some nice people taking care of you. I'll come up and visit you." Joe, "So will I." Sam, "You'll be very safe there." So Maggie smiles and just plays with her doll, just looks at it. You would think she wouldn't want anything that reminded her of that time, but she's in a weird headspace. So now we're outside of Maggie's room, where at the nurse's desk we can see the clock on the wall. It's 3:26 a.m. and Barnabas comes walking up. But he asks the nurse for Maggie's room number, and the nurse tells him, well, she's not allowed any visitors. So just then, Dr. Woodard comes in from another door. He's got some x-rays, hands them to the nurse, wants them filed away, so she takes off. So Barnabas turns to the doctor. He says, well, I heard a rumor Miss Evans was found and brought here. Apparently it's true. Dr. Woodard says, where did you hear this rumor? Barnabas, oh, from several people. Everyone in Collinsport is talking about it. May I ask how she is? Dr. Woodard says, Mr. Collins, I regret to tell you that Maggie Evans is dead. When her father brought her in here, she was in a state of shock and never came out of it. Barnabas, she never told anyone what had happened. Dr. Woodard, she never spoke a word. Barnabas, then no one will ever know what happened to her. What a tragic loss. What a tragic loss for Mr. Evans. Dr. Woodard lets Barnabas know that Sam and Joe are in the hospital right now, and so Barnabas just asks him to pass along his condolences and if they need anything to call on him. So says goodnight and takes off. He doesn't look happy about it. And we see the beach for the credits. Danny, yeah, pretty weird Barnabas showing up at 3:30 a.m. Like, even the doctor was like, what the fuck? You get to try out your Maggie's dead theory awfully soon, guy. Oh, everyone in town is talking about it. How? Because I would assume Sam found Maggie, put her in the car, drove her to the hospital, and then, called Joe from the hospital. He didn't like stop in the Blue Whale and then take her to the hospital. He didn't take her to the hospital, leave, and come back. So how could he have? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, Dandy. My pleasure, Nikki. Yeah, thank you. Pam. Dark Shadows teaches love, empathy, forgiveness, and Shakespeare. Thanks to Mr. Frid. Absolutely. There is so much light in a show with dark in its title. It's kind of like how with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's not just about a bunch of kids in high school, because eventually they graduate from high school and do adult stuff. So it's not just the first two seasons. Pam says both Barnabas and Maggie gets good psychiatrists, as they both suffer from PTSD thanks to Dr. Hoffman. Yeah, like, so many of these people have so many mental issues they need therapy for, like, work out some of these issues. Don't take them out on other people. What's up, Swamp Cabbage? Glad you made it. What's good, Nikki? How have you been, fam? Doing okay. Just trying to not breathe the burning Canada smell and stay out of the heat. Uh, just chilling, trying to keep on the grind. You know how it is. Hanging out with you good people. All right, episode 262 aired on June 27th, 1967. The show has been on for a year. In real life, not in universe. Pam, yeah, Dark Shadows was the first and everything that other TV shows pick up on. Yeah, if you want to have a sympathetic vampire, it started with this. Before, they were just scary monsters that were only up at night and dressed really well and had accents. So it's still day 83. It's daytime. The day just switched over the night before. So it's day now, and we're in the living room, and Victoria's on the phone, and we can tell she's gotten bad news because she just looks that upset. She just hangs up, kind of walks over to the sofa there, sort of rests her weight on it. She just got some really bad news. Oh, Swamp Cabbage is debating a beer run. Oh, yeah, you could. At 9, sure, go for it. But as Liz walks in, she's wearing that dress that I like, where it's long sleeves, dark fabric, and then it's got like this shiny white fabric that's sort of like it's folded over. She's got that brooch that it's the teeny tiny itty bitty pearls. That brooch on, double pearl earrings. And she's walking in, just sees Victoria there, just saying, "Oh, when you have a chance, will you come into the study?" And sees that Victoria is just not with this. So Liz asks her, "What is it?" Victoria, "I never thought it would happen. I said I'd never stop hoping. Joe just called. They found Maggie. She's dead." Opening credits, we come back. Victoria's sitting there with Liz. They've got the tea service there. I don't know if she's drinking tea or coffee, but she's, having something to drink. Hey, dude, I'm gonna have to Irish this up. I just got some bad news, honey. Where's the liquor bar, or the wet bar? But she's, drinking her coffee, whatever it is, and Liz says, "I can't tell you how sorry I am." Victoria, "Maggie was my first friend when I came to Collinsport. She was in the coffee shop the night I got off the train. I wish there was going to be a funeral, but Mr. Evans thinks too many people would show up out of curiosity." "Oh, you said you wanted to talk to me in the study?" Liz, "Well, it hardly seems important now." Liz, or not Liz, but Victoria says, I don't want to just stay in here and think about Maggie. What is it?" Liz, "Feel free to say no, but I'll need a witness for my marriage." Victoria, "Oh, I wasn't gonna be here." Like, I was gonna leave the whole ass house that day, but I wasn't gonna be here. She says, "Well, isn't there a moment right before the marriage when the minister asks if anyone knows why these two people shouldn't be married?" Liz, "Well, you wouldn't say anything. You promised you would never tell what I told you." Victoria, "I know. But how am I going to feel standing there watching you marry that man knowing he's forcing you to do it?" Liz, "This is the only way." Victoria, "You're doing this so Carolyn won't know." Liz, "Carolyn mustn't know." Victoria, "But she might understand. Perhaps not at first, but later." Liz, "I murdered her father. If I told her that..." Victoria, "I'm sure there was more to it." Liz, "There was." That's something else I can't tell her. What kind of man her father was. I tried to once. Victoria. Isn't it better Carolyn hate you for the truth than a lie? Liz. Not if the lie's easier. Victoria. And marrying Jason McGuire is easier. Liz. I'm afraid it is. If your conscience won't let you be legally involved, I understand. Victoria. I'll let you know sometime today. Swamp Cabbage found a new wheat strain called Cheeseburger. Holy hell. Hot damn, is there bacon on it? Danny, Joan Bennett was a beautiful femme fatale in the 30s and 40s. Honey, you got that right. Hot damn. Like right now on YouTube, you can find so many of her films. I can't with this woman. Oh my God. She's just got something. No homo and all that. God damn, this lady's just got it. Swamp Cabbage, you're a cutie, Nikki. Hope you have a good man. Aw, that would be nice. No, I fly solo usually. Yeah, like go to IMDb and look up Joan Bennett movies, or just type in Joan Bennett movies on YouTube, and there's just so many of them. And I was watching one, I'm like, damn, she looks like she's like 25, like 31 tops. And then you look up what year it came out in her age, and she's like pushing 40. I'm like, how did she look like that at 40? What the? Oh my, she found the fountain of youth or something. That voice. Ugh. Anyway, it's enough fangirling. Swamp Cabbage, me too. Yeah, flying solo. No, it's fine like that. So now, over in the foyer, Victoria's heading that way. Carolyn's coming down the stairs. So Victoria asks her, are you going out? Carolyn is she's wearing pants, so we know she's gonna go hang out with Buzz. A horizontal striped shirt. Can't really tell if that was the shirt she was wearing when she almost shot Willie, but horizontal striped shirt. Cool hat. Check her out. I don't know the name for that. Love that hat that she's wearing. Absolutely love it. I would wear one like it. Carolyn's like, no, I'm just getting ready for 3 o'clock tea. Victoria asks her, can I talk to you for a minute? Carolyn, why is it every time I'm on my way out, someone wants to talk to me? I know what you're going to say. Yes, I'm going to meet Buzz. I'm madly in love with him, and of course I'm going to marry him. Victoria, Maggie is dead. Carolyn, oh, how did it happen? Victoria, well, Mr. Evans found her. She was still alive, but she died in the hospital just last night. Joe just called. Carolyn, oh, Joe. Or Maggie. Do they know what happened? Victoria, I didn't want to ask Joe too many questions. You know Joe, he never lets you know how deeply he's feeling. I thought you'd probably want to know. Carolyn, you and Maggie were really good friends, weren't you? Sorry this happened. I don't feel very much like going out. Victoria, then don't. Carolyn, I told Buzz I'd meet him. Carolyn, can't you call it off for just one night? Carolyn, I don't want to. The wedding's only a few days off. Victoria, and you'd rather hurt your mother as much as possible. You don't know what you're doing. Carolyn, I do, and I'm doing it deliberately. Victoria, maybe you do, but you don't know what your mother's going through. Carolyn, she's marrying Jason McGuire. Victoria, I thought you used to think he had some kind of hold over her. Carolyn, that was before she let us into that locked room in the basement. Victoria, and that's all it took to convince you. Carolyn, do you know something I should know? Victoria, no. I just know that you shouldn't be doing this to your mother. Carolyn, why? Because it's possible Jason's forcing my mother to marry him? Victoria, maybe. Carolyn, if that's the case, then I'd be doing exactly what I am doing. If she's giving in to him and forgetting all about my father. Victoria, your mother has a lot more courage than we could ever hope to have. Carolyn, I don't know how you can stand up for her when we both know what he's doing. Victoria, I can't help it. Carolyn, do you know something I don't? Are you sure? Victoria, I'm positive. Carolyn, then don't talk to me about my mother's so-called courage. She's selling out to Jason McGuire. Yeah, Barnabas wore a hat in the first few episodes. Yeah, well, where was he keeping that hat? I don't see a coat, a hat hook in the secret room of the mausoleum. What was it, down there at his feet? Where did that? It's not Willie's hat. Willie doesn't wear a hat. Completely hatless behavior. Also, on Cabbage, I have 1.2 days vacation time to use. Nice. Don't do it when it's hot out. Take your vacation in the fall like I do for New Year's Day. So now we're on, we see waves crashing onto some big, huge rocks. We're at Widow's Hill. Burke Devlin has been recast. Before he was played by a fella named Mitchell Ryan. Now he's played by a fella named Anthony George. Looks way different. I missed them saying that in the intro. So if you didn't know he was being recast, like, who the hell is this guy with Victoria? But it's Burke Devlin. He's just been recast. Where'd the other guy go? I don't know. Maybe he got a better job. Maybe he got sick of it. He's been recast. We got to deal with it. So they're just on a stroll. They just happen to be up at Widow's Hill there, and Burke says, and the ocean is quieting down. Victoria, look, there's a freighter out there. Burke suggests that they sit down, so they pull their heels. Victoria, the tide's coming in. Our footprints are being washed away. Pretty soon, no one will be able to tell that we've come this way. The beach will be as smooth as if we never existed. Burke, you don't have to talk about Maggie if you don't want to. Victoria, what's there to talk about? She's gone. We loved her, and we'll try not to forget her. Burke, I wonder if Dr. Woodard will find out what it was. Victoria, doesn't seem to matter anymore. Burke, well, the man who's responsible is still around. It might lead to him. Victoria, Maggie's gone. Who killed her and why doesn't matter. Burke, he's the same madman who's been terrorizing the town. Victoria, you're right. He should be caught. But I just don't care. I know I should. I don't. If he's mad, maybe he couldn't help it. We all do terrible things we can't help, even if we aren't mad. Burke, but we can't turn the world over to madmen and killers. We've got to take a stand. What are you talking about? You've got something else on your mind, don't you? Victoria, can't we just sit here and put this on the charger? Can't we just sit here and charge our laptops, Burke? Dandy, I knew Burke, WTF. Yeah, I think I forgot to say when he was first introduced in the first handful of episodes that he's who he's played by. I forgot he was recast, but he does get recast. My bad. I usually mention if an actor's going to be recast, I usually bring it up as soon as the character's introduced. Totally forgot. Totally forgot. That's okay. Victoria just wants to sit. Burke says sure. Then he says, yeah, Liz is really going to marry Jason, isn't she? Victoria, in a few days? Burke, there's no way to stop Carolyn either, is there? Victoria, doesn't look like it. Burke, you've really got the whole world coming down around you. Victoria, I'm all right. So Burke mentions they ought to head back because it's going to be getting dark soon, but Victoria wants to stay. She's like, maybe it should always be quiet and peaceful and dark. Pam, yeah, when he first came to Collinwood and greeted Mrs. Johnson, he had a hat. Yeah, I noticed. It was a nice hat. I don't know what it's called, but he had a hat. Oh, Swamp Cabot just cleaned the bathroom and mowed the grass. Looking nice. Pam, I was a studio kid in the first generation of Dark Shadows. I ran home from school, too many memories. Aw. I could just imagine school getting out and all these kids running home and running straight to their TVs and like, hey, everybody be quiet, shut up. The vampire show's on, be quiet. I'll do it after the show, Mom. So now we're back in Collinwood. We're in the foyer. And Liz is coming down the stairs, but we hear a motorcycle pulling up, so she kind of slows her roll a little bit. Well, now we're outside. We're at the front door. Buzz is saying to Carolyn, like, first you say you want to make the scene, and then you say you don't. We had plans. So Carolyn just opens the door. They go inside. As soon as Liz gets to the bottom of the stairs, that's when they're walking in. So Carolyn sees her mom there. Just, oh, hi. Buzz and I decided to spend a quiet evening at home. Buzz, but I got plans. I don't want to spend them in this mausoleum. Liz, if you two were going into the living room, I'll be in the study. I love their non-interactions, but Buzz says, you can't make plans for a living room. Now come on, they're waiting for us. I made these plans for you. Carolyn, so save them. Buzz, plans like these don't keep. Liz, if you'll excuse me. Just then the door opens up again. Victoria walks in, sees everybody standing there, like, oh. Liz, like, oh, Vicky, I'm going into the study. When you have a chance, will you come in? Victoria, I'll come with you now. Carolyn, Buzz is just leaving. Buzz, I am? Carolyn, you have plans, remember? Buzz, well, they include you. Carolyn, well, include me tomorrow. Buzz, maybe tomorrow there won't be any plans. You always pull a cop out like this. Carolyn, no. I'll see you tomorrow. So Buzz just, whatever, he's out of there. Pam says Lara Parker took the New York City subway and the kids would scream when they saw her and run away. Ran away from her. I know, right? Oh, no, I know who that is. I'm not riding this train. Oh, hell no. Don't piss her off. So Buzz is gone, motorcycle pulls away. Carolyn looks at the other two. She says, well, I'm a little tired tonight. A girl's got a right. Victoria says, I'm glad you decided to stay home tonight. Carolyn, well, don't let it give you any ideas. I haven't changed my mind about Buzz. I saw Joe. Victoria, you talked to Joe? Carolyn, no, but I saw him walking down the road. He didn't even look up. It made me not feel like tearing around tonight, that's all. Liz, well, I'm glad to know you have some feelings left. Carolyn, for a change, I don't even feel like arguing. So, Liz, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Carolyn, it doesn't matter. I'm sure the truce is temporary. She goes on upstairs. Victoria, I'm sure you can tell her the truth. She is capable of understanding. Liz, she's so changed. She really did feel sorry for Joe on Maggie's account. Victoria, well, tell her now. She'll listen to you. Like, doesn't this prove she's capable of sympathy and understanding? Liz, but what I have to tell her is so different. Maybe I could tell her. Tomorrow. Victoria, no, now! Liz, I can't. Victoria, she could leave at any time. She said she might. You don't want to tell her, or you want to tell her. You know you do. Liz, no, I've told you. I can't tell her now. Please stop. Tomorrow, I'll ask Roger to be my legal witness. I can see you prefer not to be. I know you don't want to do it. Victoria, you don't have to ask Roger. In your own way, you're a very brave woman. No matter what, I'd consider it an honor to stand beside you. And we see the foyer for the credits. Oh, cool. Victoria decided to be a witness for Liz. And oh, I forgot to mention, I went back and checked. Maggie had been gone for 17 days. She was taken on day 66 and found on day 83. So, like, that's over 2 weeks. I'm sure it felt like a million years, but that is a long ass time. So, I see why she's having a breakdown now that she's been found. Oh, Pam is saying the actors would come out of the studio in this microphone's still on. Do I still have audio? Oh no. Hang on. That would happen. Microphone's still on. try. Hold on. Is it still? Uh. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say. Reload it. Cause when I hopped in, it gave me audio. Um. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It came back. It's back. Yeah. It's sun and a water sign. I'm gonna have bad luck. Okay. Good. Yeah. You can hear me good. I was gonna have to take my notepad and start writing down what I was gonna say. Okay. Yeah. That's so awesome. Maggie's free though. That's great. It makes me think. If Barnabas could have grabbed Willie and had him chase her down, then maybe he could have gotten her back. But there's no way he's gonna like carry her from the bottom of Widow's Hill off while Sam is like running up with the flashlight. All he would have had to do was shine a flashlight up, see Barnabas, and catch him. So I see why he left him. There wasn't time to grab Willie to help him out. So Maggie's free. That's good. I don't want to see her locked up away from her family and friends. So that went on for a long time. I didn't really have any idea of how long it lasted. I never actually counted the days before, but like 17 days. That's like half a month. Oh my god. So yeah, I see why she's breaking down now, but I'm glad she's free. I'm glad she didn't drink that milk that Willie gave her. She's got too much to live for. She's got her dad, she's got her boyfriend. She's not that type of person, so she's I'm so relieved for her, but at the same time, it's sad because everybody else in town thinks she's dead. And now Sam and Joe have to pretend she's dead. And on top of that, they have to ship her off somewhere where they can't even see her. So they haven't seen her for half a month. And now they're going to send her away. So they still can't see her. They can't text each other. They can't email. Nothing like that. They can't even write letters, I'm sure. So it just sucks. I mean, it's good she's free and she can start healing, but everything else about it just totally blows. Pam says, so what did you say about the actors coming out of the studio? Yeah, it was that is so cool that it's one thing to step outside in your street clothes and sign autographs, but it's another thing to still be in costume, signing the autographs so they can like take pictures of you as your character. Plus, if you're like, as far as Jonathan Frid goes, the man he was the reason why the series stayed on. So if he has any time away, if the storyline is not focused on him, but like don't get mad at the show. Let the man have some free time. Let him have a personal life. Let him take an actual vacation that isn't work. Because I'm with the like the fan mail, it's like most of your day is devoted to just this one character. He doesn't even have time to call his mom up because he's too busy doing Dark Shadows stuff. So it's because there are times when the story focuses more on other characters. um it's don't that's just how it is. You get your characters you like on the front burner. Sometimes they get pushed to the back burner while other stuff is going on. So, like, since Maggie is free, I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more about, Liz and her marriage and Carolyn and her marriage. That's gonna, I would imagine, be a focus for a while. And we got to see where Maggie gets sent off to. And they did mention Dr. Julia Hoffman, so maybe we're going to get to meet her finally. Even though when Dr. Woodard was first talking about Dr. Hoffman, he's the finest man in his field. I've known him for years, and now she's maybe maybe Dr. Hoffman was meant to be a guy, and they ended up casting a girl who was better at it. They're like, no, let's just make her a girl, and hopefully no one was paying attention. And yeah, Pam, yeah, no other soap opera did that. Yeah, did Anthony Geary have to tour around as Luke Spencer for General Hospital? I don't know. I don't think that ever happened. So, Dan, yeah, good to see Maggie free. Like, I was so relieved when she got out. Like, she's getting fresh air. She's on the beach. Shit, Barnabas is there. Pam, yeah, Mr. Frid's 11 state tour greeting of thousands and thousands of fans. I hope he liked to travel. That's a lot. But yeah, you guys are awesome for having a couple of extra hours on a Saturday to hang out. Remember to smash that like button on the way out. That helps out the channel. Make sure you are subscribed. Thanks for the super chat, Dandy. All of that goes to myself. I do have to get new glasses, so that's gonna be nice to do that this year so I can see across the room. I mean, I can see to like drive and things like that. I can see you guys, but distancy, I probably need to get that fixed. That can't be good for in the long run. But yeah, you guys are awesome. I love seeing you guys every week. You guys give me something good to focus on and something to keep striving towards doing these, staying up on these, staying up on the reviews. I finally got a chance to get ahead with my reviewing thanks to the 60th anniversary. So I'm staying up on that. So you guys stay based and sexy. And the 2A. Oh, Brian thought he muted. Yeah, it must have been when I unplugged it from the charger one of those times. It messed with the volume. Oh, Pam, yeah, Dark Shadows bloopers. There's a fire at the studio. You can hear the fire extinguishers as they're trying to put out the fire in the studio. Yeah, it's in the. It hasn't happened yet, but it's. I know it's in the foyer at Collinwood, and we got two actors talking and shh, 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 shh. Like that's a fire extinguisher. What the hell? Yeah, by the fire extinguisher where Barnabas tried to say his lines. I'm pretty sure it's him and Victoria talking, and there's a. If we can just imagine maybe Roger knocks something over in his study, and he has to put the fire out. He missed his wife or something. But yeah, thank you guys again for showing up. Don't forget your pants. I will see you guys in a chat room through the week, and then we'll be back here next Saturday to do the same thing with different episodes. So we'll see what's going on with Maggie and Liz and everybody else. So just take it easy, stay cool, get something to drink, get something good to eat, get some good sleep. You guys are all the best. One to go to. Glad to see you. Tis well. Yeah, tis well. So I love you guys again. You guys make these fun. John Rogers, good night, everyone. Yeah, good night to you too. Until next time.